Hello friends, I'm excited because this is the video I've been wanting to do forever. I am 100% recovered after COVID. I'm really excited about it. So I'm gonna tell you everything, what led to it, what I'm doing now, what I'm still carrying with me is healthy habits, and I'm hopeful that any of this information is helpful for you. In the description below, I'll put some links, but first I wanna remind you, I'm not a doctor, I'm not giving you medical advice, I'm just your friend on the internet going through the same post-viral fatigue or chronic illness stuff that you have gone through, and I am just at a really good point now. And like I said, if I can share something that turns it around for you, I'm happy to do that. So quick review of my symptoms, which I had to write them down because it's been 13 months. 13 months to get over the C flu. So I had severe fatigue, brain fog, on and off depression, just real blue, trouble with cognition, trouble working in front of the computer, food intolerances, food reactions, a gut infection I had in 2019, got all stirred up again, and I had to go through that again. That was awesome. Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, POTS, if you're not familiar, it's hard pass if you ever get a chance to have POTS. Basically, you change positions and you can like black out, you can get dizzy, it just makes your heart go crazy. Just like bending over and putting on your shoes. So the heart palpitations and then pretty debilitating pain, February, March of 2020, worst pain I've ever had in my life. Joints, skin, muscles, everything. Nerve pain was crazy. Shortness of breath, my hair falling out. I still have some thinness over here, but I'm not worried about it. I had skin issues. My left eye was going crazy for months. Have you had dry eye or like where it gets like red and it looks like pink eye, but it's not pink eye? Blurry vision, double vision, especially working on the computer, which that made spelling hard. A whole host of neurological issues, inflammation and pain in my joints, system-wide, even in my gut I'd have pain, trouble with screens, computer and phone, a dry cough, sore throat that lasted 6 weeks. That was like April and May of 2020, but then it went into a thyroid issue, which, you know, like I said, I had something diagnosable, trouble with memory and cognition, regulating my temperature. The multiple chemical sensitivities that I've had for years were just multiplied. It was crazy, like how sensitive I would be. I'm like, oh, you put on too much fabric softener in that load. Oh man, you know, like so sensitive. And yeah, like almost all of those are gone. Some of them I had way before C flu. They were just made terrible, made way worse with the C flu. And there were two things that were really just tough. My heart would not be on the same page. I would try to do my workouts and I'd grab like 30 pounds and do squats. And I had a, you know, pulse reader on, and my pulse would go from like 88 to like 158 within 30 seconds. You know, it was crazy. Like I'd try to do anything in my workouts and it just would not, my heart would not cooperate. And if I kept pushing it, if I ignored it, my vision would gray, I'd get really shaky, like all over my body, and it would be even hard to stand. So I went to a doctor who did the ECG, and then we did a stress test, and he was looking at it and he's like, oh, this is so, like the resting heart rate was fine, but then when we did a modified stress test, something that I could do, my heart would just be all over the place. And he's using big scientific words. I don't know these words. But he would show like, oh, this is yeah, so you can see you're just not getting oxygen. Oh no, that's a really bad one. I was like, geez, if this is a report card, am I like at a C-? And he wanted me to go to a heart specialist. And I said, you know, this is like a newer problem, and I know it's been around, it's just been here for like a couple months, but how long could you give me, like if I worked on this? Because I had some irons in the fire. If I really doubled down on my efforts to heal my heart, like how long? And he's like, 2 months, 2.5 months, get back in here, we'll run the same test and we'll do another ECG and we'll see how you do. 2.5 months. Got it, doctor. All right, can do. So then my other health professional, and she, when I was telling her about my heart stuff and my gut stuff and the struggling that I was still having with fatigue, she said, you know what, you need brain retraining. And I was like, what? So she elaborated on this brain retraining system. She said it's called DNRS. It's the Dynamic Neural Retraining System. Thank you, God, that she knew about this system. Every other health professional I've asked, have you ever heard of this? They deal with people with chronic illness and they've never heard of brain retraining. I had started some vagus nerve conditioning, which it's really interesting, and I'll put in some links in the description so you can try it out. But after doing those for a couple weeks, I really could tell a difference with the comfort of my neck. And then it seems like it was helping my heart and definitely helping with my eye. But when I finally decided to do the dynamic neural retraining system, that's what it looks like, by this lady here, Annie Hopper. Thank you, Annie Hopper. Game changer. Absolute game changer. It starts off online. You can get DVDs. I did the online version. This is like $300. It's not expensive. When you add up everything I did in 2020, the MRI, the blood work, the other tests, seeing one specialist into another specialist, going to doctors, plus the acupuncture that I needed for pain relief, and all the supplements I was taking, it was a lot more than $300, okay? So this brain training system is $300, totally reasonable. At the end of 2 weeks, I had more energy and less pain, and I was like, okay, maybe it was just a good 2 weeks. I don't know. So at the end of 1 month, I had no pain, even though my pain was like less and less, and I was getting it under control, and the acupuncture was really helpful for all of that. I had no pain, way more energy, and I was actually happy. I was looking forward to my days. I was like, this is going to be, I get to do this today. I can tell you, after 2 months of doing DNRS, I was completely recovered from the C flu. All the symptoms were gone. I went back to my doctor who did the ECG, and I was like, ta-ta, I can't wait to do this. So he hooked me up, we did the ECG, resting heart rate, was fine. We did the stress test. I was able to do more. I was able to go further. I was able to challenge myself more. And you could see that my heart was not conditioned very well, just because of not being able to work out for longer than 8 minutes at a time. But he looked at everything and he's like, there's no problem whatsoever. Whatever is there is gone. So I'm now at the point of where I'm coming up on my 3rd month of completing DNRS. And it is, once you learn it, it's the same program that you do every day, but you just kind of like modify it for where you're at in time. And I don't want to go into it more than that, because you really do need her videos, you need, her system. And by the way, I'm not associated, I'm not affiliated with this company at all. Annie Hopper does not know who I am. And whatever happens, I don't know all the science. I know quite a bit of brain science, but there's something that happens where your mitochondria and your cells, like my inflammation is gone, my pain is gone, my energy is through the roof. I can work as much as I want. Okay, so let's go into eating. Because before I was talking about eating easy and pureed soups and smoothies and how I was doing that, and I am still careful with histamines, but I don't have to be as careful. And I'm so happy to eat again. I still use this supplement, the Inflamma Complete, because before my body was like, oh my gosh, I have all this inflammation and pain and it makes me sad in my joints and it's terrible. And I would use this, right, to help with that, to help mitigate that. But then I would be eating so wholesomely. And now that I feel better, my food combinations are more, they're more like, you know what goes with pizza? Hard lemonade. That's what goes with pizza. So I still need this because I'm being stupid. But that won't last forever. That's just right now because I'm happy. Beer is wonderful. Like, I'm so happy to have this again. And the pizza's gluten-free anyway. So the gut thing and the heart thing were like the last two things from the C flu. And I'm continuing the brain training because I had a host of issues way before I got the C flu. And I feel like the brain training is helping me further with the multiple chemical sensitivities and the neurological issues with Lyme disease. And the energy and the endurance that I'm experiencing now is I did not have this before I got sick. Like, I have not experienced this. So I'm gonna ride this train as far as I can and see where it goes. This is the only other supplement really that I've started that was pretty important for my gut. It's called Atrantil, and it says bloating, abdominal discomfort, and change in bowel habits. So this one was pretty important, and these are not too expensive, and you can try something for a month or two and just see if it helps you with your gut. But you know, your body rebuilds based on the nutrition that it absorbs. So that's why I was really picky about pureeing soups and vegetables and smoothies before, because I didn't want my body to waste a lot of energy with digestion, and I just wanted like every good piece of food that I was putting in me to be used for building the healthiest body possible. So I still do the cold showers and I do the cold baths. That is key. It's really good for your immune system anyway. Even though I don't have pain, I love the way it feels. I still do the hyper oxygen breathing because it's a good habit to be in. Like I said, my workouts are like up to a half hour. It feels good. I finally have that endorphin kick in. Oh my gosh, like I didn't know what people were talking about before, even when I would do my regular workouts, but I was just so fatigued, even though I was on top of my health. And now I'll finish with the workout and I love everybody. I just love everything. I'm so happy. It feels like I've had 2 glasses of wine. I'm just like, this is amazing. So as you can tell, lots more energy. My head is clear. I can work at the computer for as long as I want. I have no trouble with screens or on my phone, like the scrolling, no trouble. Dry eye is hardly a thing anymore. Like maybe if the wind blows and I didn't have sunglasses on, it'll get a little pink, and I have drops for it, so it's not a big deal. And the acupuncture and chiropractic, once a month, twice a month maybe. There's just not the symptoms to mitigate anymore. So that stuff was clutch when I was going through it, when I was slogging it out, healing from C flu. But now it's still really good to do for me. Like I still have issues with Lyme disease, the neurological issues. And like I said, it's good for your immune system. It's good to heal your body and get those optimizations where you can, but it's not needed. It's not like, oh, I could not miss an appointment. You know, I was doing it every week and I had to, and now I just don't have to. I want to. The only other thing I could say is I'm still doing the PEA, the one I talked about before, but I also added lion's mane. This is from Om mushrooms, and that is just to help with the nerve stuff. But like I said, Lyme is no joke, and that's been around for years for me. But now that I'm doing so much better, I feel like I can try to reverse and bust through some Lyme stuff and just have a happier, healthier body. So I really appreciate that you've watched these videos. I hope any of this information was helpful for you. I'll try to reply to the comments as much as possible. Dynamic Neural Retraining System. Check it out. I think it's retrainingthebrain.com. And I wish you the best of healing possible. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are like us now, and the word is getting out. And so if it works for you, be sure and tell people about it, because I found out about that by somebody telling me. So I will check in with you later. Take care of yourself. Keep fighting. Keep going.